To the answer key. Hopefully you tried your best on this, and we'll see how you're doing. So make your corrections, please, on your quiz and turn it in when you are done. First one, this is on top. It's negative. It needs to go to the bottom and become positive. So that would be D, 1 over x squared. These are already positive. No negatives, no need to move things around. So it is bottom heavy by 2. So that would be B, 1 over y squared. All right, number 3 here, same thing, 3 to the negative second power. Don't be distracted by this one, it's not the right answer. This has to go down, so there's a 1 on top, and it's 3 to the positive second on the bottom, which would mean D, 1 over 9. Okay, this one right here, be very careful. This is the one where it's kind of tricky, but the 5 is not raised to the negative first power. So the 5 stays up top. 5 stays up top. This goes to the bottom to the first power, so that would be A. All right, this one here. Bring the 3 through, but not multiply by the 3. It's not 3 times 3, so that answer is gone, and that answer is gone. It's actually 3 to the third power, so it's 27. And then you have x to the 6th, not this one, y to the 15th, because the rule is multiply, so we get that one there. All right, on these, a little bit more effort here. Powers of powers is the first thing you do. So you bring this power through. 2 squared is 4. Very careful. It's not 2 times 2, it's 2 squared. It goes right up to the power. So we have 4x squared, because the 2 goes there as well. 4 to the third power, which is 4 times 4 times 4. If you use your calculator, you will get 64 on that. And then it'll be x to the 12th power, because you multiply those there, powers of powers. All right, so you got to do 4 times 64, which is 240 plus 16. 240 plus 6, 256. And our rule now with those bases is to add. So we have 256x to the 14th power. And we're going to have this one. The first thing you got to do is realize that you got to separate these problems here so that all you're doing is simplifying the 10 and the 4. Don't move anything around. Just make it, take a 2 out. Take a 2 out. We have 5 over 2. All right, sorry for the hesitation there, but right here, the negative 8 is going to go. These negative 8 go up top and join the 2 up top. So again, hopefully we're getting better at this. That would be to the 10th power. And likewise, we have these negative 5y's. When they come down, though, they're positive. So positive 5 and positive 2 mean we're going to have 7y's on the bottom. So there we go on that one. This one's a little tricky, but there's no numbers out front, which is nice. So the first thing to do is to take care of the powers of powers. So I have x to the negative second power, y to the negative fourth power. It also has to go to the bottom, so it becomes x to the negative sixth power, y to the positive 4 power. All right, so now what do? We got to look for anything that's negative. This goes down. So x to the positive second on the bottom. This goes up. X to the positive 6 on top. The y's come down. So we have y to the 4th. There's already a y to the 4th down there. So simplify finally. We have too many x's here, but since they're all positive, we have top heavy by 4. So x to the 4th power all over. The rule there is to add. So x to the 4th over y to the 8th. And that's the answer to that one. All right, moving along to the back side now. Stuff we just kind of started to talk about recently. How would you describe the following expression? Well, first of all, it's a trinomial. So these are gone. And then what degree is it, 7 or 2? The highest power we see is a 2. The 7 is the coefficient, so it has a degree of 2. How would I describe the following expression? Well, it's got 2 terms, so it's not a monomial. It's a binomial because there's a minus sign there. And then the power on the x is a 1, so the degree is 1 on that. Moving right along, there is no plus or minus, so this is a monomial, not a trinomial. No way, it is a monomial. And there's a 1 and a 1, and when there's 2 variables, remember we add them together, it has a degree of 2. All right, next one has a plus sign, so it is a binomial, and all of the answers say that. The degree of this term is 5, not because of the coefficient, but because of the power. And then we have 2 plus 4, which is 6, plus 3, which is 9, but we don't add these two together. We add them within this term here to get the 9, but then we just take the highest one. So C, degree of 9. All right, and then just a couple of problems to see how the distributing the negative is working here. We bring this through. So we have 2x plus 4, that stays exactly the same, minus 5x, and then plus 3. 2x minus 5x is negative 3x. Positive 4, positive 3 is plus 7. So that's as far as we can go on that one. And then we're going to distribute the negative through on this one. So 6w squared minus 5wz minus 3z squared minus 3w squared plus, wait, not plus. I screwed up. Let me back it up. We got to distribute the negative. Don't go too fast, Powell. Minus 7wz, and then negative times negative is a positive 9z squared. All right, any like terms? Here we go. We got 6w squareds. Any more? Whoops, I don't know what happened. 6w squareds, we got negative 3w squareds, grand total of 3w squareds. Negative 5wz, negative 7wz. Those are just like terms. We don't change the variables when we're combining like terms, so negative 12wz. And then finally, what do we have here? We got a z squared, 9 and negative 3 makes a positive 6z squared. All right, so this is just a little checkpoint. See where you are at after your corrections are done. Make sure you hand that in before you leave. And now you should be working on worksheet number 2. Actually, to make it simple for you, you should have a perfect score on worksheets number 1 through 3 by the time you come in on Monday. That's the goal for you. Please use the rest of the period wisely and have a great weekend.